I got for like and subscribe to my channel and be sure to click the bell button.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Whitney. This is Losing the Fluff, where we use walking workouts, rolling pack workouts to lose weight. We really just work towards overall better health on this channel. Now, before we get started, I always like to remind you all to go ahead and get a container, cup, glass, or bottle of water and keep it somewhere nearby so that way if at any point during this video you feel the need to stop, hydrate yourself, pause me. I'm not going nowhere, but I do want you to take care of yourself. And sometimes, like when you're working out, it's best if you got the water on deck, y'all, versus you have to run and go get it. So I'm just reminding you. Without further ado, let's get started with the stretch. You got to stretch before we go into workout, family. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other side. What you do to one, you do to the other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's a really good stretch, family. 2. Let's do our head rolls. 3, 4, 5. And let's reverse the roll. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, bring it back. Now, back to stretching these arms again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. We about to grab our ankles. That sounds a little how it sounds. But the stretch feels really good to me. Let's go slowly. Slowly. We're going to reach down. We're going to put both our hands on our legs like so. Let's slowly go down. Keep it slow. Keep your knees locked. Keep them locked. You get to your ankles. Keep your back straight. When you get to your ankles, I want you to arch up. You're going to feel, when you arch up, you're going to feel it all back here in your hamstrings and going up your back, okay? Arch up, legs locked, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring it back. Slowly, slowly. I don't want anybody getting a head rush. So slowly bring it back to the top. And let's walk. Just walk, 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 walk it off. Let's go. Let's walk. Yeah. I hope you all are ready for today's journey towards better health. And if I didn't say it already, because I don't feel like I did, thank you. Thank you for joining me today as I am on my journey towards better health. And it's a journey that I'm never going to get off of. This is a lifetime ride on this train. Listen, and I accept it, and I know it. And so this is why I know every day I get up, this is where I belong. Right here walking with you. Because at the end of it all, this one act of walking, actively moving my body every day, 20 years ago, I didn't think it was important. I felt like I do enough walking. I walk to the bus stop, I go to work, I walk around at work, I play with kids. However, I'll tell you this. Playing with kids during the school year is very different from how I play with kids in the summer. Summer camp, always way more hands-on. And every summer, I would lose 25 pounds, family. So it was a given. I was always excited when summer was coming. I said, oh yeah, I'm going to take these kids out into the park. We're going to do some hiking. We're going to go do some rock collecting. We're going to do some bird watching. All things that require walking, yes. And I did that. I listen, I love kids. I love working with kids. And I wanted to make sure every kid experience was great. Especially when you go to summer camp. Like when you grow up, you hear people have these crazy, amazing, fun stories about camp. And so when you go to camp, you want that experience. And I was that counselor. I was trying to give it to the kids. I really was. Because I loved camp when I went. And it was my pleasure. It was my pleasure to give back to those young people in that way. But I realized, when I look back on all of that I was very active in the summer. And during after school, because I'm in a school, the setting didn't always allow for me to be as active every single day as I was in summer. And especially not the time period, got more time in summer camp, more time to be active across a stretch of days. So when I think back to that time, family, I just tell myself, the reason why I lost 25 pounds in the course of a summer is because in that small frame of time, I was really active. Like I said, we were walking, but also at least, I feel like once a week, we were scheduled at the pool. So at least once a week, we were scheduled at the pool. And some counselors, they didn't want to get in. They're like, oh, I'm on my period. When I knew they weren't. Because, hey, when I became the boss, I paid attention to everything. And so I'm listening. Week 1, your period came. So week 2, week 3, you're still on your period? Some people just didn't want to get their hair wet. Some people didn't want to get in the water. But when I was doing what I did, for every 5-year-old that you had to have a staff member in the water. Or the 5-year-olds, whoever didn't have, they couldn't get in. Because that was the protocol at the pool. For every 5-year-old, there has to be a staff in the water. So, listen, I already made my mind up. I love swimming. This is great. Now, I can actually swim. And I will tell you, everything that I know right now, everything that I've ever learned about swimming, the kids taught me. Yes, y'all. I'll give these kids credit. I love them kids. They gave me credit. It took like 11 years. But every summer, different kids was teaching me how to swim. Y'all teaching me how to float. So the biggest thing is I learned how to float. I know how to float on my back. I know how to float on my stomach. And now, finally, I'm like, I feel like a beginner swimmer. And it's thanks to the kids. Those kids, every summer those kids were like, come on, Miss Sweetney, we gotta teach you how to swim. Yes, and so, and they knew that every day we went to the pool, every time, I'm gonna be in that water. Yes, I'm gonna be present for those babies. They knew it. And so, and we used to have so much fun together. So I wasn't just like a person that's like in the water like, oh, God, it's cold. You know how you see people walking around in the water looking all stiff? No, that wasn't me. I was hands-on. We were playing Marco Polo. We were playing chase in the water. So like, every time I'm at the pool, I'm having fun, but just think of it like water aerobics, water workout. This is what's happening. And so in the course of a day, I'm doing a water workout and I'm hiking. So double whammy in this stuff. So as I've been sitting back, analyzing all of this, just trying to really hone in on how was I able to lose like 25 pounds every year consistently for 11 years and like, of course, like maybe 6 weeks. That's what it was, family. That's what it was. And then also, you gotta think about what was I eating? When I'm working in summer, my lunches need to kind of mirror the kids' lunches. So that way, if this is what we were told, and I honestly agreed with it, right? So that way the kids ain't gotta eat sandwiches. Well, what? I'm about to pull out some Burger King on them? I'm about to pull out some pizza? No, I'm about to pull out some sandwiches. I'm gonna pull out some fruit. Because I know what comes in those lunches, right? And I also know that I can't share with the kids. So, I can't share food with the kids, but I began to bring in grapes, big bags of grapes, and share with my kids because grapes are healthy, and I never met anybody that was allergic to grapes. So, yes, even then, I was trying to incorporate like healthy eating with the kids because I had some kids that were like diabetic, and I found it like so sad. Like, I never, when I was a kid, I never saw a diabetic kid. So as an adult, to see diabetic children, I'm very lost and I don't quite understand how that's happening, but I wanted to do my part to help, So I'm like, maybe you guys eat too much sweets. Let's eat some natural sugars. The natural sugar fructose that we get out of fruit. It's a whole different ball game, family. We want to talk about sugar? No, let's talk about sugar. We want to replace that stuff with the natural sugars that come inside fruits. Because I know you can think like, some fruit like pineapples, they can be really sweet. However, the fructose on your body and how it interacts with your body is very different from the sugar that you may put inside your coffee or your tea. That sugar has been bleached and went through a whole process before it got to you. It's no longer in its natural state. So you're not getting the maximum benefits from it. But when you eat fruit, fresh fruit, not canned, not anything, just fresh fruit, you're getting it in its most ultimate, unadulterated form. You cannot help but get the benefits that, especially if you get it freshly picked. Right? Because and yes, we go to the market, we eat our fruits and vegetables, or we go to the grocery store. But however, I'm here to tell you, go to the market, support your farmers. When you go to the market and you spend money with the farmers, that is the best way you can ensure you're getting the fresh fruits, the best vegetables, and you're giving the farmers, the actual farmers, what they need. They don't have to wait for the middleman to get paid. They're coming right to you. You're coming right to them. And I love that. I love that. I'll be honest. Because this is the truth. Think of a flower. We go to the store. We see these beautiful bouquets of flowers. You may want to buy one for a person you love. Think of like Valentine's Day. Okay? Valentine's Day, you want to buy your girl some flowers. You want to buy your man. You want to buy your spouse. You want to buy your lover some flowers. Okay? Flowers. But when you buy those flowers, at some point, they're going to wilt, wither, and eventually die. Right? We know that. We know that. The longer we have those flowers, the worse they're going to look. But we also know when we go to the store, we're going to look for the best flowers, the most freshest looking flowers, so they can last the longest. Think about that when you talk about fruits and vegetables, right? Freshest fruits, fresh picked, they're going to hold the most nutrients. And I feel, this is my opinion, I feel that once you pick the plant, it's already starting to die. And so every day, the maximum benefits is diminishing just a little bit, right? Just a little bit every day is coming down. If you go to the farmer who just picked it yesterday or the day before to bring it to the market, you're going to get a lot more of what you need versus the grocery store. But if the grocery store is all you have, you got to do what you got to do. But I implore you, family, I implore you, Google farmer market near me, because we live here in the United States, and there's farmers markets everywhere. And if you don't live in the United States, then you guys probably have even better access to fruits and vegetables than I do. I'll be so honest and tell you that. That's something I learned on my travels. Kudos to y'all. But listen here, go find a farmer's market. If you can't find a farmer's market, even better, find a community garden. Yes, go around, find the community gardens. Find out when they're going, when can you go in the garden to pick the fruits and vegetables. I promise y'all, it's best, freshest. It's like if you was to go fishing, right? You can go to a restaurant, you want to eat some salmon. But if you take a trip out to New England, the east coast of the United States, where they do a lot of fishing, the fish, when freshly caught and cooked, Tastes so different than the frozen stuff you buy in the store. You can taste the freshness in the food. It's the best flavor ever, family. And so think of your fruits and vegetables the way you think about the fish, freshly caught. And if you've had that experience, think of your fruits and vegetables like that. And why it's important to go to the farmer's market. And if you haven't been going to the farmer's market, you've been going to the grocery store, I implore you, family, I implore you, find a farmer's market or a community garden. Or better yet, you start the garden. You could do a vertical garden, you could do a traditional garden, because everybody doesn't have a yard, right? I don't have access to my yard. And dogs poop in my yard. I don't want poop on my food. So I have like this container that's enclosed so like animals can't get inside. But it's like a little portable greenhouse, and that's how I grow mine. Now I don't have a green thumb. I'm working on it, family. I'm working on it. But I don't give up. I'm gonna tell y'all, giving up on yourself is never an option, and that applies to every aspect of your life. So currently, I am working on turning these thumbs green, and right now they're yellow, a little yellowish. So I went to the market early this summer. I have my favorite farmer. His name is Thomas. Thomas and his whole family. I love Thomas and his family. They come from Albany, and that's like 4 hours away. But they come here like, I think I see Thomas. So our market is open Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and sometimes Sundays. But on Sundays, it's more like garage sale days where vendors can come and sell stuff, like garage sale stuff. But sometimes there are food vendors there too, is what I'm saying. However, I've gone on Tuesday, I've gone on Thursday, I've seen Thomas. But on Saturday, that's when Thomas, because the Saturday is the best day to go to our market. Our market. And I'll be honest, our farmer's market was like ranked #1 in the country, y'all. So yes, kudos to the public market. I love them. And so Thomas and his family, like he comes out with his sisters, his brothers, the whole shebang. And they gotta make that 4-hour drive. So I always support Thomas and his family. But anyways, Thomas, he was selling a collard green plant. And so he was like, you always buy collard greens for me, so here, why don't you try to grow your own? And so I was like, I don't know, Thomas, I don't really got a green thumb. But I said, hey, let's try it. Let's try it. So I bought the plant, family. I bought it in Southside. And this summer, the green thumb, I tell you that, the plant is still alive. But the plant has, I've lost some of the friends along the way, and the new friends have grown back. But I'm learning how to take care of my plants because I want to have a green thumb. I plan to have a green thumb, and in the future, I plan to have a beautiful, lush garden and luscious fruits, all created from, well, not created from these hands, but cultivated and fostered up with these hands. I can't wait. You know what I mean? And yes, I do see like these apps and stuff that can kind of help you take care of your plants. But if technology was to die tomorrow, y'all, I want to be able to take care of my plants from here, from my own mind. So yes, this is why I'm doing it like this. So I saw on like some app that put a little bit of sugar in my water because my plants were suffering, and that did help. It did. But then I realized, you know, not all plants are the same. Like, they don't all need the same amount of light. And I feel like the collard greens, when I put them in the light for too long, they was dying. So, and I put them in a place they don't get that much light, but I feel like that place is a great place. But I'm still trying to figure out right here, right? How often do I supposed to put water inside here? I don't know. I need to buy like one of those things that you put the water in, tip it upside down, stick it in there, and then water will come out like that. Yeah, that's what I've been trying to remember to do, family, because I don't feel like I'm going to be as successful otherwise. Yeah. Okay, it's time for us to cool it down. We literally walked this whole time. We got no low impact stuff in, but that's okay. That's all right. Oh. Take it back. Take it back. Roll your arms. Back. 2, 3, 4, 5 to the front. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4, one more, 5. We're doing a little windmill. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And if you're listening to the sound of my voice, I just want to thank you so much for making it to the end of another video with me today as we walk towards better health. Well, today we got 1,916 steps. It's 1,916 steps. Definitely a great start to our day. That's almost 2,000 steps, family. Go ahead, take that. Literally run with it. Yes, literally go ahead and run with that. Get you some running in if you can. But don't let that be the end. Y'all know I push for 10,000 steps a day, so I'm excited for this. Y'all go ahead, crush today, be amazing as you always are. And just always remember, giving up on yourself is never an option. It doesn't apply to just weight loss. That model applies to every aspect of your life. You are amazing. I love you. Mwah. I'll see y'all next time. Take care of yourselves now.